What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel. Welcome back to another episode of the New York Yankees Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 21. If you guys missed the last episode, we finished out the regular season, and now it's time for the postseason. We won the American League East, and we are ready. Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay. I think everybody's ready because we've got a full postseason to get through in this video. There's not going to be a full game, I don't think. Maybe I'll throw a full game in there. I haven't really decided yet. But I'm thinking maybe we just do highlights of certain games, like big games during the postseason. Hopefully, it all leads to holding up a World Series championship at the end of the video, but you never really know. So, buckle up, get your popcorn ready, because this is going to be a banger. Smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button as well. Join the Juice Club, and let's do this thing. Alright, so here we are in the main menu. As you can see, we've got the bracket pulled up right here. We are in the ALDS against the Houston Astros, the cheaters who beat the Angels in the wild card. Let's take a quick jog and check out what their roster's looking like. So they're working with Hank Aaron, Roberto Alomar, Greg Maddux, Fernando Valenzuela, Fernando Tatis, Tino Martinez, Matt Chapman, Joe Torre, Dinelson Lamet, Duke Snyder, Eloy Jimenez, Trent Grisham, Eddie Rosario, Will Smith, Zach Britton, and then it kind of goes downhill from there. Joey Votto's here as well. And they have Old Yachty in AAA. So that's not the best team in the world. 499s, excuse me. That's not the best team that we could have pulled, which is good. That's obviously a good thing. So I'm thinking, since we're on a 3-game win streak, obviously a 4-game win streak actually, headed into the postseason, I think we should be good to win this series. Maybe? I don't know. Let's start simulating and find out what happens. So I'll simulate the first 2 games. We don't have a valid pitching rotation. Who's not in my pitching rotation? Oh, why do we not have a starter out? Oh, did Stroman get hurt? I think Stroman got hurt, and that's why he was out. So we're going to keep it right here. Yeah, I'm going to put Garrett. I'm going to put Garrett in the setup role. I trust him enough to put him in the setup role. And this is what our starting pitching rotation is going to look like for the postseason. Nolan Ryan, Sonny Gray, Hyun-Jin Ryu, who threw a perfect game, Shohei Ohtani, and Marcus Stroman for this postseason. I'll quickly go over the lineup. Tony Gwynn, Derek Jeter, Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds, Big Papi, Frank Thomas, Chipper Jones, Pudge, and Joe Morgan will be our starting 9 for this entire postseason. Going through no DHs and DHs, we don't really have to do that or worry about that until if we make the World Series. So let's see if we can get a W. We lost game 1 but won game 2. So now it is game 3 time. We lost that as well. Okay. So this is big boy hour. We're down 2-1 in the series to the Astros. Chicago already swept the Nationals. We're going to have to play this game and quick manage it. Let's quick manage this game. We need a big W, boys. That's all that we can do. Shohei is going. We got our best lineup. Let's see what happens. All right, we scored 2 runs off the bat. That's good. But they scored 2 right off the bat as well. Shohei, come on. But 4? They scored 3. They scored another one. We got 4 in the 4th. Let's go. Okay, they got another one. They got 2 more. But we got 7 runs in the 7th. We just went crazy, ladies and gentlemen. 7 runs in the 7th. But they just got 9 runs in the 7th. What is this game? Hello? All right, we're jumping in. We are jumping in. This game is absolutely crazy. All right. Chipper Jones is in the game now. Top of the 8th. I cannot believe they just scored all those runs. And Chipper's going to get that down. First pitch swinging. Let's go. This is 15-16, ladies and gentlemen. What kind of game are we playing here? Not substitutions. Let's go to bullpen. I don't know who's on the mound, but I'm going to warm up Andrew Miller just in case. I have no idea what happened in this series. We're down 2-1. This is a go-home game. Ooh! Okay, that was close. That was close. This is the go-home game, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. We're down 2-1. If the Astros win this series, or win this game, they win the series, and we're eliminated in the first round. Ah, I missed it. Okay, okay. We still got the top of the 9th, too, so don't forget that. You still got the top of the 9th. Come on, Joe. I just need 2 runs from you. Come on, Joey. Not working with it, not working with it. Come on, Joe. I really need you to put something in the outfield. Just put something in play and get a base hit. Ooh, that was a nasty slider. Very nasty slider. Down and outside? Or down and inside, I should say, but outside the plate. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. Let's go. Absolutely what I needed, Joe. Now we got the top of the order coming up, Tony Gwynn. Something in the outfield ties this game. Well, something a little bit deep in the outfield because Chipper Jones is not the fastest. Ah, that's a double play out of the inning. No! I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. That's a double play to get out of the inning. Who's on the mound? Shohei's still on the... Why is Shohei still on the mound? Maybe that's why we, maybe that's why I let up all those runs. Because Shohei was still on the mound.
It's a guy drafted number 6 overall out of North Carolina in 2006. The 6'6" lefty Andrew.
We'll keep Andrew Miller out there. That's probably my bad that I didn't sub out Shohei. Because I was quick managing the game, so that's probably why he didn't come out. It didn't automatically do it. I kind of forgot about that, so that's my bad. But we just got to shut down these boys in the bottom of the 8th, and then in the top of the 9th, we have to go hard. We got the top of the lineup coming up, and all we need is 2 runs to take home the W. Make this a game 5. We gotta have a game 5. At least give us a chance. There we go. That's a big strikeout. Big strikeout to Hank Aaron. Tino Martinez is up. Blow a fastball right by him. I'll put the... He's a triple shy of the cycle. This man's on fire. Okay, that's going to be popped out to Griffey. All right, so we survived the 8th. This is the biggest inning of the season. The biggest half inning of the season. Will Smith is coming in to close it. We got Jeter. We got Griffey probably in this inning as well. And Barry Bonds. First pitch swinging, probably not the best thing to do. That's 1 down. That's not a good start. We may not have a very long postseason, ladies and gentlemen, if I can't get a base hit here. That's right to the center fielder. There wasn't much more I could do with that. I hit that with good good accuracy and everything.
And their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. Here's the first pitch.
Ooh, thank God I didn't put that in play.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th.
And I put that in play. Is that out?
Back goes Rosario and start the celebration. The Astros are off to the ALCS.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just choked that. I can't believe I just choked that. I forgot to change out the pitch. This is totally on me, which makes it even worse. This is totally on me because I forgot to change the pitcher out in the quick manage. And that's why Shohei did so bad, because he got tired and they just kept hitting home runs off. And that's why they had such a big 7th inning. I can't believe I forgot to do that. That's a big L, bro. I just caught a big L. And now we're out of the postseason in the first round. So we'll come back next year with hopefully a better team and rebound. But I just took a huge L, bro. The Astros ended up going to the World Series and beating the Cubs. So congratulations to them. They beat the Texans, why do I keep doing that? They beat the Rangers in 7 games and then beat the Cubs in 5. So, all right. I cannot believe that I did that. That is so frustrating. Super frustrating. But I don't really have to go over the roster because you guys already know we're pretty familiar with who was on this roster. Wander Franco's up to a 72 overall. I'm hoping that he starts to develop because he needs to. He's got good contact right now for a young guy. So hopefully he can start to grow along with Hunter Green, because I really need him to look real good. Jonathan India, only 22. He's not looking the greatest. Lucas Gill still needs another year in the minors before he even has a chance to compete. Daniel Espino, also another year or 2 in the minors. Josh Jung, another year in the minors probably. But he's definitely got some good potential to grow. Maybe not power-wise, but contact-wise, he's got some good potential to grow. And then Alexander Vizcaino, probably another year in the minor leagues. Luis Toribio, definitely another year in a minor league. So we really only have 2 guys that are super young, that are top 50 prospects, that have the potential of playing in the big leagues this next season, which is Wander Franco and Hunter Green. I don't think that I'm going to bring both of these guys up. At least they're not going to make the opening day roster. They may make the roster later in the season, but they're definitely not making the opening day roster. They're just not. They are just not developed enough, I guess, especially in a world with all these legends back in the league. So we're gonna take a quick look at postseason stats, even though I know that there wasn't really a lot of them because we only played 4 games, but Pudge had 3 home runs along with Griffey, 7 RBIs for Pudge as well. David Ortiz had a .412 average. Excuse me. A .412 average. Where is Tony? There's Tony Gwynn, 353. He needs to step it up. He didn't have the greatest average. Well, he had a good average during the season, but not the average I would expect from a guy like Tony Gwynn. And then slugging, Pudge just killed it in the postseason, and I screwed it up for him. Pitching-wise, Sonny Gray won, but then we lost 3 other games. Nolan Ryan, I cannot believe, lost a game as well. And I'm so upset. We should have won that game, but I screwed it up because I didn't substitute a pitcher. That is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. That is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. We won 100 games and lost in the first round. Ugh, that is not the greatest. We finished 2nd as a team in batting average. We finished 7th as a team in at-bats. We finished 5th as a team in runs. 6th as a team in hits in the postseason. 8th in doubles. It's tied for 6th with triples. Tied for 4th with home runs. Tied for 5th with runs batted in. Stolen bases. 3rd. Caught stealing 4th. Stolen base percentage tied for 1st. Walks 5th. Strikeouts 3rd. Slugging percentage is 1st, which is awesome. Even though we made 1 round, we still led the postseason in slugging percentage. On base percentage as well. Total bases is 6th. Plate appearances is 7th. Ground into double plays is 5th. Assists is 8th. Putouts is 8th. Errors is 1st. Fielding percentage is 1st. ERA. Oh, God, we're last in that. Yeah, I was about to say we are last in that. Marcus Stroman's there in 10th. Complete games is tied for 3rd. Nobody had a complete... Oh, I was going to say nobody had a complete game in the playoffs, but the Astros had 3 of them. Shutouts, tied for 6th. Saves, we are tied for 7th. Blown saves, tied for 1st. Hits allowed, 6th. Runs allowed, 6th. We let a lot of runs allowed. Earned runs, 6th. Home runs allowed, 6th. We're finished in the middle of the postseason, basically. 4th for base on balls. Strikeouts, 7th. Win percentage, 7th. Batting average... Oh, we already did batting average. So, postseason was not kind to us. Who won postseason MVP? World Series MVP was Joe Torre. And postseason MVP was Jimmy Rollins with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. It was all Cubs, basically, for postseason MVP. Oh, because I'm in the American or the National League. Postseason MVP was Matt Chapman. 6 home runs, 15 RBIs in the postseason. Wow. He went crazy. So I guess that's going to do it. It's not going to be the longest of videos today, but there's not really much I can do about it because I screwed it up. So it's on me. And I don't really want to get into the off season in this video. I don't think. Should we get into the off season in this video? You know what? Since it's gonna be kind of a shorter video, I will do the off season in this video. Let's do it. Let's do the off season right now. Advance to the off season. We're going to start this right now. Viewing retired players. So we had Ian Desmond, Miguel Pinheiro, and Edinson Volquez all retired because of ability. Is there anybody, like, big name guys that retired this offseason? Or this season? I'm not expecting anybody to be part of this. J.A. Happ, because of age, is kind of a notable one. Pedro Strop, because of ability. And then the rest of these guys are just retiring because of poor free agent market. The old Ryan Braun, not the one that's actually on a team, he retires. Ross Detweiler, Dexter Fowler was up there, John Jay. Just the poor free agent market. None of these guys are going to get picked up because there's so many good players in the league right now. So, all right. So we'd like to leave that. Albert Pujols is the only person inducted into the Hall of Fame. Look at those stats, ladies and gentlemen. Look at those stats. That's crazy. All right. We have exclusive free agents. We have review the staff. We've got Aaron Boone. I might fire maybe one of these guys and look to bring somebody else in. We could rebrand the Yankees. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. But I'm going to go and I'm going to offer all of these guys contract. Well, maybe not these guys down here. But I will offer all of these guys contracts for sure and bring them back. And then we'll go from there because I don't think that you guys want to see me do that. So I'll see you guys probably when actually free agency starts. All right, I wanted to bring you guys back in because I've done a little bit of free agency. We are in middle of November, and I've signed some guys. I've paid. Don't pay any mention to the money down on the right-hand side. You probably can't even see a lot of it because my camera's in the way. But I have offered a ton of money to a ton of players, and these are the guys that have currently signed with us. So I brought back Griffey Jr. I brought in Ricky Henderson. We brought back Joe Morgan. I brought in Hank Aaron. Brought in Babe Ruth. Brought in Alfonso Soriano. Brought in George Brett to possibly trade him for Alex Rodriguez. That's the only reason I brought in George Brett. I mean, we might end up using him, but I brought him in mainly because I wanted to try and trade him for Alex Rodriguez because he didn't make free agency. I brought back Barry Bonds. Brought in Hal Newhouser and Bob Feller to work on that bullpen. Brought back David Ortiz. Brought back Tony Gwynn and Mariano Rivera. Brought in Trevor Story. Brought back Andrew Miller, Alex Colomé, Wilmer Flores, and then all these guys down here are all brought back. But if you did notice, there's a few guys that did not come back. Pudge, right now, I'm fighting to bring him back. We might not bring him back. Frank Thomas, I missed out on. He did not accept his offer, and he signed with the Giants, I think. I'm pretty sure that Frank Thomas is now in San Francisco. So that hurts a little bit because I did like having Frank Thomas on the team. But I just wanted to bring you guys in quickly to show you these free agents that I've brought in. I think it's a pretty amazing free agent class. We still got some guys that need to accept their arbitration. There's still some guys that need to accept their tender their contracts. So we need to simulate a couple more days. Nolan Ryan is no longer interested with you. Okay, so Kenley Jansen's brought in, but Nolan Ryan said no. Nolan Ryan said he did not want to come back. He wants to go to Baltimore. Nolan Ryan wants to head to Baltimore. And then that's not the worst thing in the world, but I need to check and see what my pitching rotation would be. So we brought in Bob Feller. We've also got Babe Ruth, who goes into the bullpen. Goes into the starting rotation. We've got a much better relief pitching, or a much better bullpen. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. So we're gonna put that up there. I need to work on this rotation. This rotation is not making me happy. I'm not happy with what I got. My bullpen, I'm much more happy with. Adding these two legends in Newhouser and Feller, I'm much more happy with that. But I'm not happy with this. I may keep Hyun-Jin Ryu and maybe move Shohei Ohtani to the bullpen, but I need to work on this pitching rotation. So we need to go back to free agency, take a look at the pitching rotation, or take a look at the spots, and maybe go after a guy like Mark Pryor, who doesn't seem to be interested in a lot. And I know that I'm going crazy with money, but that's because there's no salary cap on, so I can kind of go crazy with money. I'll also throw an offer in on Roy Oswalt if he doesn't want to, if whatchamacallit doesn't want to come back. Nolan Ryan, he's got a lot of offers there. I don't really want to compete with those. I don't think I can compete with those. So if we can get Mark Pryor and Roy Oswalt, that would be amazing. I'll also throw a thing in there on Noah Syndergaard just because I like Noah Syndergaard. I'll put a player option on him and see if he accepts that. We'll see how that does. This is the young Chris Sale. Ooh, this is the young Chris Sale. We might be able to get a little bit of a steal for young Chris Sale if I pay him a little bit more money. Let's see how he accepts these. Okay, so now we'll go. Let me quickly check and see if there's any. We may be getting Dustin Pedroia. A lot of these guys I'm signing just to have as potential trade pieces. So most of them might not be on the rotation or in the roster when we actually get to the season. So just to let you know that Carlos Correa is still out there. Is this old Jim Thome? This is old Jim Thome. Although he's not super old anyway. This is current Andrew McCutchen. I wonder who's going to be a free agent next season. I don't know. A lot of my guys came up with free agents this year, so that kind of hurt me a little bit. I love Jim Thome. I'll offer him a contract. I mean, we'll see what he says. He can be a depth guy. We'll see what he says to that. All right, now let's go simulate another day or two. We've reached the maximum amount of roster size. Eric Davis, Roy Oswalt, Ryan Sandberg. Nolan Ryan goes to the Astros. That's funny. Christy Mathewson. So we got some more guys, but now we have the maximum amount of the maximum amount of players on the roster. All right, and it took away all my offers. So, okay, so we're going to have to work on this. You know what? I'm going to do this, and then I'll bring you guys back, because it could be pretty boring. All right, we're back. I got rid of some players. I offered some more contracts. We are now down to the guys that you missed. I brought in Ryan Howard. I brought in, I think you saw Roy Oswalt. I brought in Noah Syndergaard. I think that might be it. A few guys accepted their contract, their tendered contracts. We still got some guys on whatchamacallits, salary arbitration. But this is what our potential starting rotation now looks like. So if I take out Shohei, so this is what a potential starting rotation looks like for next season, along with Shohei and Stroman, and probably Stroman goes down to AAA. Shohei stays up here, but this is what we're looking at. We're looking at Babe Ruth, Roy Oswalt, Noah Syndergaard, Sonny Gray, and Hyun-Jin Ryu, just because he pitched that perfect game, so he gets to stay in there. And our bullpen is now beefed up a lot more with the addition of Shohei Ohtani in there, and Bob Feller, and now Newhouser, along with Kenley Jansen now as a setup guy. Marcus Stroman, like I said, probably goes to AAA, but he had 11-3 record last season. He didn't do horrible, so maybe he stays up here. I don't know. And now our lineup is looking even better with the addition of all these guys like Hank Aaron. And like I said, some of these guys are trade bait. So a guy like Honus Wagner, a guy like, where's he at? George Brett. A guy like George Brett is trade bait. Trevor Story's even trade bait. So guys like that probably get traded in pieces for... I'm really looking for Alex Rodriguez. That's really the only thing that I'm looking for. Jorge Posada has accepted the Athletics offer. Dustin Pedroia accepts the White Sox. Steve Raymond's gone. Nick Carlisle's gone. All right, that hurts a little bit. We can't win them all. We still got a chance at Mark Pryor, Frankie Lindor, and Chris Sale. So Torrey Hunter still hasn't accepted his offer yet. But these are the only guys that I'm going to offer because I've already spent a lot of money. So these are the only guys left that I'm going to offer. If I can't get them, that's fine. I think we have a good enough team. David Bell has accepted the coach. Oh, okay. David Bell's now our third base coach. Are we still looking for these guys? We're still looking for these guys. We're in a fight. We are the majority interest in all three of them, so that's good. The only problem is our catching situation. We don't have the greatest catcher. Who is our current catcher right now? Do we even have a catcher on the roster? Who's our current catcher? Okay, so it's not the greatest. So we might need to sign a catcher just to fill out in case we get in trouble. So Buster Posey? Is Buster Posey the best catcher here? I mean, Roberto Perez is the highest overall catcher here. Maybe I could snag Roberto Perez? I guess. I'll throw an offer in. See what happens. Chris Sale accepts his deal. Roberto Perez accepts his deal. So we got a new catcher. That's cool. But we're still waiting on Pryor and Frankie Lindor. I mean, we don't need Frankie Lindor. He was more just trade bait. So that's awesome that we got Roberto Perez now. He's basically a defensive catcher. That's basically what he is. So let's simulate one more day. 40-man roster must be set by tomorrow. Players not protected on the 40-man may be eligible to be selected during the upcoming Rule 5 draft. All right, this is an important one. This is a very, very important one. We've got 47 guys on the roster right now. Right? Did I do my math right? That's 41, 47. Yeah, we got 47 guys on the 50-man roster. We don't need David Hernandez on the 40-man. We don't need Danny Santana on the 40-man. We don't need Marcano on the 40-man. I'd like to have India on the 40-man. I don't really want Colin Moran on the 40-man. What'd that say? He's been offered salary arbitration. Don't need Dylan Betances on the 40-man. Don't need Wilmer Flores on the 40-man. Don't need AJ Pollock on the 40-man. I don't think. No. Is that good? That's 37. 41. Okay, so we need to get rid of one more guy. David Peralta. I don't need David Peralta on the 40-man, so there he goes. All right, perfect. So that is the 40-man roster. Everybody else is eligible to get picked up in the Rule 5 draft, which is completely fine, I think, right? Lucas Gill Oh, some of these guys, some of these 50 top 50 prospects are not on the 40 man, and I'd like to have them on the 40 man. So I may need to make some moves here. But who do I move? I can't really move anybody. Ooh, this is tricky. Some of these guys I'd like to have, but if they get taken, they get taken. They're eligible for it. I do want to go quickly through and look at free agency, see some of the big names that got signed. Let's scroll all the way down to the beginning of free agency. You know what? No, let's not even do that. Let's just go from the top, make it WAP. All right, so any big names besides the guys that we signed? Dustin Pedroia goes to the White Sox. Craig Biggio signs with the Rangers. Tom Glavine with the Red Sox. Pudge with the Marlins. We get Ryan Howard and Noah Syndergaard. Ryan Sandberg goes to the White Sox. White Sox spending some money. Astros get Nolan Ryan. We saw that one. Mike Piazza goes to the Astros as well. Jim Palmer to the Diamondbacks. Cubs get Alan Trammell. Cliff Lee signs to the Astros. Astros going big. They won the World Series and they're going big. Giants get Frank Thomas. We saw that one. Or I told you about that one. Padres get Greg Maddux. I had an offer on him. That would have been awesome if we would have got him. The Giants bring Donovan Solano, Marwin Gonzalez, Mark Melancon, and Tom Glavine back. Padres bring back a lot of guys. All those guys are become free agents. Okay, I get it. Is that can't be everybody that's signed free agents, right? Is that everybody that's signed free agents? There's some trades, it looks like. Nomar Garcia-Parra goes from the Marlins to the Rangers for Jack Leiter and Yanni Hernandez. Okay, that's a pretty big one, I guess. It looks like those are all the free agent signings. So let's simulate through this date. Robin Roberts signs a deal with the Reds. Are we still waiting on these guys? We still are waiting on two guys. Mark Pryor and Frankie Lindor. Salary arbitration still offered for those guys. Sim through the day. Dave Parker signs. David Peralta has cleared. Today is the last day to offer salary arbitration for eligible players. I've already offered. We got Mark Pryor. And we got Frankie Lindor. Okay, so those two guys are basically, well, not Mark Pryor, but Frankie Lindor is basically trade bait. So pitcher rotation now looks a little bit better. Look at that. And then we keep Hyun-Jin Ryu in the bullpen in case we need him. Chris Sale's probably going to go down to the minors because he is 23. So he probably goes down to the minor leagues. I'm sure he's got some options on him along with Marcus Stroman. Let me check quick and see how many he has 3 options. So he's definitely going to go down to AAA. That's definitely going to happen. Yankees have 42 on their 40 man. Okay, so let's get rid of 2 more guys on the 40 man. It's probably gonna be. I gotta get rid of Colin Moran. I can't have Colin Moran on here. Can I withdraw my offer for him? I can't withdraw my offer for Colin Moran. So can I just release him? Because I don't really want him on the team anymore. He doesn't really fit what I'm trying to do. He's kind of old. So I just have to release. He cannot be released this time, so he's just going to stay. He's basically just going to have to stay until I get to the point where I can release him. I'm going to have to move some of these top 50 prospects off of the 40 man. It's just going to have to happen. At least that guy. And then I'll move Arcia. No, I can't move Arcia because he's on arbitration. These guys are really getting to me right now. I'll keep Didi on there just in case, right? Do I have to keep Didi on there? No, I don't have to keep Didi on there. Didi can move down. All right. Starting pitchers, Chris Sale can go to AAA. And so can Marcus Stroman. He can go down to AAA. Perfect. Who else is up here that doesn't need to be up here? that has options. Honus Wagner doesn't have any more options. Sonny Gray does have an option. I'd like to keep Sonny Gray. So, but Sonny's in my starting rotation, I think, right? And Hyun-Jin, but Hyun-Jin Ryu isn't. So I'd like to keep Sonny Gray. So we'll move him down to AAA and then have Hyun-Jin Ryu in the starting rotation. And then I'll move Frankie down to AAA as well. AAA roster. This AAA roster is going to kill. We'll move some of these guys down to AA. I'm not sure who, though. We don't need 2 first basemen. Even this guy doesn't need to be up here. How about we move up? Let's move Danny Santana down. And then let's move Luis Garcia down. And then let's go to AA and move some of these guys to Class A. Class A, Class A, Class A, Class A, and then Class A. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This team's going to win a World Series. This team, there's no way that this team doesn't win a World Series. It's just not possible. Bill Mazeroski goes with the Red Sox. Ryan Klesko goes to the Blue Jays. Kerry Wood signs with the Twins. Warren Spain signs with the Pirates. So some big name guys getting off the board. Ernie Banks still has not signed a deal yet. I could throw an offer in there, but I'm already in the $500 million range, so I probably shouldn't throw an offer in there. Chris Bryant still hasn't signed a deal yet. I think we're good on free agents. Torrey Hunter goes to the Red Sox. Jim Thome signs with the Mariners. Richie Ashburn goes to the Angels. Ernie Banks finally agrees with the Rays on an 8-year deal. And now it's looking a little bit less appetizing. I mean, if Chris Bryant makes it to regular free agency, I'll bring him in. I mean, he's, 86 overall? And he's only 30 years old. I mean, I'll bring in Chris Bryant to trade him. All players must have contracts tendered by December 2nd. Okay. We can do that because I don't think we have any more I don't have any more guys that need tendered contracts. So, simulate through the day. Chris Bryant does sign with the Pirates, so that's okay. Let's keep going here. A couple more days. Giants have offered a trade. They are offering me Caleb Barriger. 27-year-old pitcher. B potential. What did he do last season? He had 5 wins and 1 loss. Okay. He's on the 40-man roster. He has only 1 minor league option used, and they're offering him for Marcano. What's my second base depth looking like? I have Jonathan India and I have Shedlong Jr., so I don't really need Marcano. This is interesting. He is 27. He's got decent stamina. He's a starting pitcher. He's got B potential. This is interesting. This is not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. It's just a matter of what we do for it. Could you give me back maybe Seth Corey as well? I can't select another player. You know what? I don't think I'm going to do this deal. I don't think I'm going to do this. I think I could get somebody better if I want to give up Marcano. Dan Plesac signs with the A's on a 5-year deal. Michael Conforto goes to the Mets. And now we're at baseball winter meetings. All right. Interesting stuff here. Oh, big trade. Big trade. Jose Canseco goes to the Pirates from the Red Sox for Willie Castro, Sammy Siani, and Blake Sobel. So a 3 young guys with some decent overalls for Jose Canseco. Okay. Interesting. This is the date of the Rule 5 draft. Okay. So we've got the Rule 5 draft upon us. go to the draft. Is there anybody of my guys that are getting drafted here? I don't recognize any of the names, so I don't think so. That's good. The Rule 5 draft comes to an end. We didn't have a pick in it, which is fine because I probably wouldn't have taken anybody anyway. But now it's time for these guys to actually accept their contracts. I really hope they do. You know, there's still some nice guys in here. There's still some 90 overalls that haven't accepted contracts yet. We're into December. We are late into the year. Big trade. Another big trade. So Colton Wong is headed to the Giants for Luis Urias and Seth Corey, one of the guys that I tried to trade for. Seth Corey is headed to the Blue Jays. That's a interesting trade. Two nice young prospects. Okay. Interesting. Some big deals happening in the offseason. Willie Stargell does accept his contract with the Padres. The Cubs have offered me a trade. Chris Bassett, 33 years old, for Christian Robinson, a 20-year-old prospect. I am not going to accept that. Why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do that? Josh Donaldson goes to the Cubs. Maybe there's a world where I trade one of these guys now. Let's go to it's the Nationals, I think, right? The Nationals are the team with A-Rod. This player's not signed. He has not signed a contract yet. Well, why hasn't he signed a contract yet? We're into January, A-Rod. What are you doing? Ron Guidry goes to the Marlins on a 9-year deal. We still got guys that are looking for arbitration. One of these is arbitration, right? Yeah, here's our arbitration hearings for some of those guys. Okay, so that's big. February is going to be a big day. Luis Aparicio, I think is how you say that name. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. He goes to the Padres, so that's good for him. He gets his bag. Big trade. Huge trade. Okay. Orioles get Ozzy Albies for Whit Merrifield, Paul Fry, and Taron Vavar. Or Vavra. Vavra, I think is how you say that. I don't know, but ooh, okay, that's a big trade actually. Paul Molitor goes to the Indians. That is a real big trade right there. All right, view date significance. This is the arbitration hearing scheduled for Luis Cessa and Colin Moran. Today is the arbitration hearing for Luis Cessa. They sided with Cessa, so he gets paid $1.3 million. They sided with Moran, so he gets paid that much money. Brad Keller sides with the Yankees, or the arbitration hearing sides with the Yankees, and they sided with me for the Amir Garrett one too. That's cool. They sided with me on Luis Garcia, and they sided with Arcia, so he gets paid his money. What's this one? Jameson Taillon. They sided with the Yankees. Okay, so he gets paid 5.5 or 5.0. Awesome. So we won more than we lost on that one, which is cool. We have no more contracts to renew. Free agency is up. I let go of Justin Upton, and he didn't get signed. That's a little bit disappointing. Maybe I'll bring him back. I don't know. If we have the space, maybe I will. Sim through dates. Today is the last day to renew contracts. We don't have anybody that we need to renew contracts for. Spring training is here now. We are into spring training, ladies and gentlemen. And now it's time to see if A-Rod actually signed his contract. Did A-Rod sign a contract? He did, and he didn't sign it. He signed a $571,000. What are you doing, A-Rod? You must have signed. You must have had a tendered contract. All right, so here's what we do. We give up Chipper Jones and George Brett. Oh, they don't really like George Brett. Okay. What about Trevor Story? You like Trevor Story or Frankie Lindor? Derek Jeter does get it done, but I don't really want to give up Derek Jeter. What about Honus Wagner? Didi Gregorius. Geraldo Perdomo does get it done a lot. Ricky Henderson. Ooh, if I give him Barry Bonds, it'll get it done. Okay, come on. I wish I had more than 3 things to trade. Nelson Cruz gets it close. Is there anybody that gets it past the line that I'm willing to give up? Barry Bonds, I'm not willing to give up Barry Bonds. he might very well be the only guy that pushes it through, which is a little bit... Jeter gets it real close, but I'm not willing to give up Jeter. There's got to be somebody here that pushes it through. Sonny Gray gets it close. Ryu gets it close. Tyone gets it close. But somebody's got to push it all the way, right? There's got to be somebody here that they want that I'd be willing to part ways with. Colin Moran. Wander Franco doesn't even get it done. Come on, there's got to be somebody who gets it done that you'd be willing to give A-Rod for. Is there really nobody? It looks like there's nobody, ladies and gentlemen. There's nobody on my roster that the Nationals want who'd be willing to give up Alex Rodriguez. Not even a guy like George Brett, who is who I thought would be the trade piece that I could give. I mean, it's just Barry Bonds, and I'm not willing to give up Barry Bonds. I know I have Ricky Henderson, but Ricky Henderson's 32 years old. And I've got Barry Bonds on the cheap. So I'm not willing to give up Barry Bonds just yet. I just wish that they want one of these guys. Why don't you want me? Why don't you want to take these guys? Please take them. The Nationals are offering me Strasburg, Anthony Santander, and Luis Garcia and Luis Avalon. For George Brett and Geraldo Perdomo? I don't think so. Give me what I want. I want Alex Rodriguez. So you give me Alex Rodriguez. There's got to be somebody here that they want. Maybe a different combination of players. I don't know. I'll have to think it through. Work some different combinations of players. Let's just simulate. No, let's not simulate the spring training just yet. I will do that at the start of the next episode. But thank you guys so much for stopping by. I know it wasn't a very entertaining video because we lost so early in the postseason, which was not expected. But thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button. In the next episode, we will start with opening day, and then we'll go from there. So hit that subscribe button, join the Juice Club, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.